Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today. Gerald Wofford along with Jason Salzman. Very excited to have Gerald back in studio. Lots of great things that he went out and got for us the last couple of weeks. We're going to be able to share those with you here today. So very excited about today's episode, and I know you're ready to go.
Absolutely. As promised, the trip to Fort Mims, there was a Creek battle reenactment held there at Fort Mims, Alabama, which is near Mobile, Alabama, right there near the coast and everything. Great folks from the Power Ready team up there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jeanette Overall and Rudy and all those people out there, great people out there, were making a trip and representing the Muskogee Creek Nation as citizens there, and great representation there. We got some footage from the battle reenactment. We will also show future footage as well, because this was just a great footage, Jason, that we had, and also the Cherokee Holiday. So we got all this coming up here on Native News Today.
Chahojef kat Paul Fixakodos. Ikanagat Tekobachi, Mikusapkajokorman, Amikusapkajokodos. I'm able to preach in English and Muskogee, our language too, so there's not many that does that today. When I was growing up, that's all we had, Muskogee language, and that's all they preach. I could talk my language when I was small. When I grew up, I could understand what they were saying. We don't want to lose that, language, especially our songs, our native songs and the Muskogee hymns. We want to keep them.
And welcome back to Native News Today. Jason Salzman, Gerald Wofford, and Jason, so many great things happening out there in Indian country, and this past week being the Labor Day weekend. The Cherokee National Holiday always taking place up there, and of course it's always fun to go up there, take a nice trip up in Tahlequah and see all the fine folks up there, family and friends and everything like that. And get a chance to meet different people that are part of the overall experience, if you will, the Cherokee National Holiday, the parade that goes on. Got a chance to interview some royalty, and us being objective journalists, we have to cover both sides.
Right.
Amber Anderson, Miss American Indian OSU princess, okay? Nice student, great person up there. Gave us a little bit of her time up there talking about what it is to represent the school there, the Native American organization that they have there on campus. I say that because Jason and I are Sooners and everything, but great person to talk to. A lot of great things happening out there in Tahlequah at the Cherokee National Holiday.
This day is a homecoming for so many of us, and a time together and see friends and make new ones. A time to celebrate what it means to be Cherokee and show others what our famous Cherokee hospitality is all about. But this holiday also serves as a vibrant and living reminder of the historical sovereignty we enjoy within Indian Territory and zealously defend today in present-day Oklahoma. September 6th, 1839 is the day our government reunified itself in Indian Territory. And being removed from our homelands and enduring and surviving the Trail of Tears. I am so proud to say that on September 1st, 2012, Cherokees across the world are unified and stronger than ever and believe that we all come from one fire. Today, I honor the memory and service of those who are no longer with us, as well as those that are among us, our leaders, who have given us the opportunity to be where we are today. Chiefs, much like myself, who love and believe in the Cherokee people. It started in Indian Territory with Chief John Ross, Chief William Porter Ross, Chief Lewis Downing, Chief Charles Thompson, Chief Dennis Wood Bushyhead, Chief Joel Mays, Chief Johnson Harris, Chief Samuel Mays, Chief T.M. Buffington, and Chief William Rogers. Present day, Oklahoma, Chief W.W. Keeley, Chief Ross Swimmer, Chief Wilma Mankiller, Chief Joe Bird, Chief Chad Smith, and Chief S. Joe Crittenden. Please join with me in paying proper gratitude to each of these leaders. Like I pledge to protect our history, our culture, and our way of life, and most importantly, our sovereignty. I'm proud to stand here today and tell you that Cherokee Nation isn't just merely existing, we are prospering. The state of the Cherokee Nation is strong. We're a nation that is once again building homes for our families. We're a nation that is taking care of our elders. We're a nation that is serving the health care needs of our citizens. And we're just getting started. 1 year ago, the division in our nation was felt by all of us. We were in the midst of the type of election that none of us could have predicted. An election that tested the very fiber of our government. 1 year later, I am happy and relieved to say that the division is no more. Thanks to the powerful and unyielding Cherokee spirit that each and every one of you exhibit, despite the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, we have proven that our government is strong because the Cherokee people are strong. And for that, I say well done. On October 19th, 2011, I took the oath of office to be Principal Chief of the Cherokee Nation. That night I vowed to help our nation heal, to bring us back together. That healing began that night and continues today. Whether you supported my election or you didn't, my message is always the same. My hand is always extended to you in friendship, and my door is always open. If you are Cherokee and need help from the Cherokee Nation, we are here for you. From Muskogee to Miami, from Gore to Grove, from the Carolinas to California, we are all Cherokee.
As we like to say, it's always an honor to interview royalty, and that's what we're doing here today at the Cherokee National Holiday. I'm talking with Miss Amber Anderson. She is the Miss American Indian OSU for 2012-2013. Amber, we appreciate your time, and how's the rain been for you this year?
Oh, it's been awesome. It's been an incredible opportunity. I've got to represent at several powwows and conferences and several places over the country. So,
well, it's really unique in that you are a Native American royalty princess, but representing a college. Tell us when you were crowned.
I was crowned in April, so I've had my reign over the summer, and then I'll have it throughout the school year. So.
Well, again, that is really a unique title representing a university. However, on the Native American side as well, what are some of your responsibilities and duties in this position?
My primary goal is to represent Oklahoma State University. Like I said at powwows and other events, Oklahoma State University does have the highest number of Native American graduates for the last 2 years. So I don't know, represent the university.
So we're never going to hear you say Boomer Sooner?
No, never. Go Pokes.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so with the orange and black here, okay? Just to let you know that we are an objective program here, because we do interview people from all different universities here in college. No, Amber, we're just having some fun here, but this has got to be an honor for you. Tell us some of the events and things you've done in this position representing the university.
Oh, well, we have our fall annual powwow this October, so that's our main event. It'll be October 6th, so I'll be kind of the spotlight for that event, and I've gone to numerous other powwows throughout the state and the country. I've gone to a couple of Indian Health Board conferences, and just other tribal events like this one.
So, to say the least, this has really been an honor for you to represent the school in this way.
Oh, definitely. I've had an amazing time, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of the school year representing OSU, so it'll be awesome.
That's right. All right, this is Miss Amber Anderson, again, an American Indian OSU Princess for 2012-2013. Amber, we appreciate your time, and I'm sure as I speak for a lot of people from the school as well, you've been doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and best to you.
Wado, thank you.
And we appreciate Miss Anderson. Congratulations to her to representing OSU so very well, and to Chief Baker there and the speech that he was giving there to the citizens that they give every year, the principal chief, whoever that may be. But Jason's kind of switching gears here now. Also, too, a very important Creek battle reenactment took place.
Yeah, in Fort Mims, Alabama there, the site of a couple of battles really, about a month apart there, the Burnt Corn and now the Fort Mims. And they'll explain a little bit about this, some of the reenactors themselves, but it'll be neat for the audience. I think this is the first time we've ever really done this. We just showed it, unabated, raw footage of the reenactment there, the Fort Mims battle, and what you're going to see is the Creeks arriving there, so to get their revenge basically. And you look at this and takes you back into history a little bit. Take a look, and it's a way for them to pay homage to those things that happened, and also for us to visit our homelands again. So great story.
I've got to go do something. I'll be right back.
Yeah, my name's Ben Ferguson. I'm one of the reenactors for the militia at the Battle of Burnt Corn Creek. That occurred about a month before Fort Mims in the next county over in Monroe County. The Indians, the faction of Indians, what's referred to as Red Stick, were being armed by the British through the Spanish fort at Pensacola. A pack train of about 50 pack horses heading up with ammunition, gunpowder and all was ambushed at Burnt Corn Creek. The reason that spot was ambushed, it was a decent ford. A horse cannot climb a bank 4 or 5 foot high. So the bank has to slope just right. They stopped at the other side and was having lunch. You don't have powder? The settlers had got word of it, and most of them were half Creeks. And they got word that they were arming the other faction of the Creeks. There's a civil war going on among the Creeks at the time. And they came on them when they broke for their noontime rest, evening meal. Remember, it was dog days, long summer days. They came up on them, ambushed them, ran them off, and then got hoggy, like the white man done through a lot of things, went to run around squabbling and chasing down the pack horses and grabbing them. Sam Dale could not regroup them. The Indians regrouped in the creek bottom swamp, came back and ran the settlers off. There was just a couple killed on both sides, but that made the Creeks decide to hit Fort Mims right here where most of the settlers and militia, Indian and white, had come from to ambush it. They were going to hit McIntosh's town over on the Georgia line. McIntosh was the leader of the Coweta Creeks, and he was also the opposing factor on the Red Sticks. And so this was kind of the prelude to Fort Mims, and that's why it directed the attack here instead of other fortifications. They assembled up at Big Flat Creek, which is the next county up, and came from apparently what's called the upper towns, the upper creek towns, most of the Red Sticks, and that didn't have to do with north and south. Upper creek, lower creek, depended on how far they were from the English traders at Charleston a half a century earlier. And it's actually more like, kind of like southeast and northwest creeks. But they still call them upper and lower because of that.
My name is Jesse Joyner. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, in a little town called Milburn, right outside of Atlanta. My background is not actually Creek, but is Cherokee, a neighbor tribe up to the north in Georgia. But I decided to come down to Fort Mims and portray a Creek Indian for the 199th anniversary of the massacre at Fort Mims. The massacre here that happened was a part of the civil war that was going on between the Creek Nation, between the Red Sticks and the White Sticks. The Red Sticks were the more conservative, wanted to get back to the Indian ways. The White Sticks had aligned themselves with the Europeans and were trying to get rid of their Indian ways in some sense. There was a lot of intermarrying that was going on at that time in the 1800s, early 1800s, and they were trying to send a message. Unfortunately, the message got lost. A lot of times, the history that's taught is that it was part of the War of 1812, and it was not an Indian war, civil war.
What inspires you to want to do this?
It's my heritage. It's the history. I've been doing Civil War reenacting for about 6 years now, and this is our first 1812 event. We had a friend that is a sutler here, and he's selling some of the wares and some of the stuff, and he does a lot of research into the background of why things happened the way they did, why this Indian nation was against this Indian nation, or why the Europeans were fighting, and all the cultural and religious aspects that go along with it. And I think it's extremely important that we remember our history and teach it to the next generation so that it doesn't get lost. And remember the true stories, not the stories that have been written in the history books for so many years.
Again, our thanks to the people there that helped make the 199th battle reenactment there at Fort Mims, the anniversary rather, I should say. And Jason, I want to point out real quickly too, this happened of course in 1813, kind of a prelude, if you will, to the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. But you know, the motivation though for that battle overall at Fort Mims was the treaties, of course, and that's nothing new, but the treaties being broken by the U.S. government and their failure to want to talk with the Creek Nation at that time. Unfortunately, things happen in war, and you have to choose different things sometimes.
Absolutely. Our entire history of America, of American Indians, riddled with those exact tales. So it's nice to be able to look back. You know, we wish there would have been a different way, but hey, sometimes that's the way it goes, and we still look back on it and realize it's a part of our history, it's a part of our heritage, and we certainly want to be able to show that here on the show. I want to thank everybody for being with us this week. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the program as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Hey, if you can't catch us on TV, catch us on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Meantime, you take care. God bless.
And we'll see you soon. Oh man, those cards. Yeah, they're treading. They're kind of like OU right now. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. Were you disappointed? Yeah. Did you watch the whole